story of the day. The Congress will be holding nationwide protest tomorrow against the centre's inaction over price rise, unemployment and GST. Congress MPs will raise the issues of price rise and jobs in the parliament and then head towards Rashtrapati Bhavan. The party also plans to gherao the Prime Minister's residence. The Congress has also slammed the Enforcement Directorate's questioning of its leader, Mallikarjun Khadge, in the money laundering case linked to the National Herald newspaper. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh has said that the ED action is to divert attention from tomorrow's protests. The DCP of New Delhi, meanwhile, said that they're aware of the party's plans and they've only so far received a letter for protest at Jantar Mantar by the Indian Youth Congress. Meanwhile, BJP has slammed the Congress, saying that first the party loots, then protests.
हम इंटिमिडेट नहीं होंगे, हम नरेंद्र मोदी से नहीं डरते हैं। समझ गए बात? कर लें जो करना है, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। जो हमारा काम है, राहुल जी सुनिए जी बोलने दीजिए जी, ठीक है। जो मेरा काम है, देश की रक्षा करना, लोकतंत्र की रक्षा करना, देश में जो हार्मनी है उसको मेंटेन करना, वो मैं करता रहूंगा। ये कुछ भी कर लें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
कल कांग्रेस पार्टी की एक महा रैली है, प्रोटेस्ट रैली, प्रदर्शन है, न केवल दिल्ली में परंतु सारे राज्यों में भी है। महंगाई के खिलाफ, बेरोजगारी के खिलाफ, खाद्य पदार्थों पर जो जीएसटी लगाया गया है उसके खिलाफ, और उससे ध्यान हटाने के लिए मोदी सरकार ने यह ड्रामा रचा है। और आज खड़गे जी को बुलाया गया है, 7 घंटे हो गए हैं, 6.5 घंटे हो गए हैं। तो ये सब हैरेसमेंट है, ये धमकी की राजनीति है। इसको और मैं कुछ नहीं कह सकता हूं। ये प्रतिशोध की राजनीति है, ये धमकी की राजनीति है। और जो धमकी देते हैं, जो प्रतिशोध की राजनीति में विश्वास रखते हैं, वो डरे हुए हैं और मोदी सरकार डरी हुई है।
कि जिस तरह से अमर्यादित आचरण कांग्रेस पार्टी द्वारा, राहुल गांधी द्वारा और उनके जो वरिष्ठ नेता हैं उनके द्वारा किया जा रहा है, यह कतई उचित नहीं है। पहले आप चोरी करेंगे, देश को लूटेंगे और उसके बाद पूरे देश में अराजकता फैलाने का प्रयास करेंगे। पहले चोरी फिर सीना चोरी।
And earlier, there was a Congress-BJP face-off in Parliament as well over the ED action in the National Herald case. Leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Khadge, asked why he was summoned by the ED when Parliament was in session. Leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, retorted, saying that the government does not interfere in the functioning of the Enforcement Directorate. Khadge was questioned by the ED for over 7 hours today.
ये सदन चल रहा है और पार्लियामेंट मैं एक सदस्य हूं और लीडर ऑफ द अपोजिशन पार्टी हूं, लेकिन मुझे इस वक्त पार्लियामेंट जब चल रहा है तो ईडी का सम्मान आता है, आप जल्दी आइए। अब दूसरी चीज,
प्रियंका जी डोंट डिस्टर्ब, प्रियंका जी डोंट डिस्टर्ब प्लीज।
और मुझे 12:30 को मुझे जाना है, क्योंकि मैं वो कानून के तहत मैं अवॉइड करना नहीं चाहता हूं, मैं कानून का पालन करना चाहता हूं। लेकिन इस वक्त ईडी बुलाना, मुझे समन करना जब पार्लियामेंट सदन है, चल रहा है, क्या ये उचित है? एक। और दूसरी चीज, पार्लियामेंट चलते वक्त ही कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के घर को और राहुल जी के घर को नियरली
आप बैठिए
लोग जो दिल्ली पुलिस के लोग घेराव डाले हैं और घर को, और इस जगह इस तरीके से अगर हम चलेंगे, क्या डेमोक्रेसी हमारी जीवित रहेगी?
सरकार कभी भी जो लॉ एनफोर्समेंट अथॉरिटीज है उसके काम में दखल अंदाज नहीं देती है। शायद इनके जमाने में जब इनकी सरकार चलती थी तो ये लोग इंटरफेयर करते होंगे।
Well, the former Congress President Rahul Gandhi today spoke to the media, and he almost, in a sense, dared the government to say that the Congress Party is going to be undeterred in their efforts to raise the issues of the people. Remember, the Congress Party-led opposition has consistently been raising the issue of price rise, unemployment, and the GST levied on food products. And this is exactly the issue for which several of the opposition MPs were also suspended from both the House of the Parliament. These are unprecedented scenes being witnessed in the monsoon session of the Parliament as it's still underway. But what I can tell you right now is, of course, as far as the ED summons are concerned, Sonia Gandhi cooperated with it. She was present for interrogation for over 3 days, and so was Rahul Gandhi. But today, when the leader of the opposition, Mallikarjun Khadge, had already put across a notice, and he was all set to place his statement on record as far as the price rise issue is concerned, or unemployment and GST levied on food prices, food products are concerned, all that was set to be discussed today in the Parliament when he got that call from the ED office and he had to rush, after which the entire opposition got really upset about the manner in which the LOP was called for the ED summons, and he was interrogated for 7 hours, as we are given to understand. The Congress Party, their opposition, has decided that they're not going to let this affect them or cow down to the government's pressure tactics. They feel that the ED is acting as the extended arm of the government to try and intimidate the opposition leaders and instill fear into them, to muzzle the voices of criticism against the government and their policies, and they're not going to let this affect them or succumb under pressure per se. Tomorrow is an important day when the Congress Party across India have decided that they are going to carry out, the state units are going to carry out a Raj Bhavan Ghirao, and then the MPs of the Congress Party are going to march from the Parliament towards the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And meanwhile, the other leaders of the Congress Party, the General Secretary in charges and the CWC leaders, are all going to try and make an attempt to ghiraw the Prime Minister's house.
And trouble seems to be mounting for the Rauts in the Patra Chol scam case. The Enforcement Directorate today summoned Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut's wife Varsha. She will be quizzed by the ED tomorrow at 11 a.m. She's been summoned in regards to monetary transactions in her account from Praveen Raut and few other unknown accounts. Sources suggest that she'll be confronted with Sanjay Raut and others during the deposition. During Thursday's hearing in court on Raut's ED custody, the ED had said an amount worth 1.08 crore rupees was received from Varsha Raut's account from unrelated people. The summons to Varsha come hours after Raut's ED remand was extended by the court in the case. Remember, the central agency had arrested Raut on Sunday night in connection with alleged financial irregularities in the Patra Chol case. Earlier, ED had put damning charges on the leader and said that he gave evasive replies during the interrogation. And let me go across to Abhishek, who's joining me live for more details. Abhishek, why exactly was Varsha Raut now summoned, and where is the investigation headed next?
See, definitely today when Enforcement Directorate appraised the court that during the 4 days of custody, we have come across proceeds of crime amounting to around 1 crore 17 lakh for the transaction made by Sanjay Raut in gaining the properties in Alibag. And at the same time, while going through the financial transaction and bank account details, they also found out that around 1 crore 8 lakh money has been transferred in Varsha Raut's account by unrelated people. And those are huge sum of amount that has been transferred. And while interrogating of this bank transaction with Sanjay Raut was evasive and he didn't correctly answer. So definitely, Enforcement Directorate has appraised the court that they have not only summoned Varsha Raut, but they have also summoned those who have made those huge transactions, and they will be cross-examined while sitting together. Sanjay Raut, Varsha Raut, and all those names which were not disclosed in the remand copy were given to the judge, but they are summoned for the next 3 days, and that's the reason they want more custody. So definitely the scam is going bigger and bigger, investigation is going bigger and bigger, and more trouble for the Raut family. And let me tell you, Praveen Raut, who's a prime accused, is already in the judicial custody. He will also be, an application might be moved to take his custody for 1 or 2 days, and all the three will be cross-examined together.
For that, Abhishek there with all the details. Now, as the Enforcement Directorate continues to grill the sacked West Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee and his aide Arpita Mukherjee in the West Bengal cash for job scam, Mirror now has accessed a remand copy and the details against the sacked Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee. The ED claims to have identified 4 flats jointly owned by Partha and his aide Arpita. According to Arpita's remand copy, some of these properties were bought in cash. According to ED sources, among the seizures are also 18 pairs of gold earrings, 9 gold necklaces and 4 gold chains with a total worth of 4.31 crore rupees. ED also claims to have traced 31 LIC policies in Arpita's name, in which Partha has been named as nominee. The duo will be in ED custody till August 5th for further questioning.
A lot of gold has also come up in the remand copy which the ED has said, which was recovered from the Belghori apartment of Arpita Mukherjee. And also today they are right now inside the ED office being questioned. There is a possibility that later in the day they will be brought face to face and will be questioned in front of each other. The ED has asked for 2 days more custody. They initially demanded for 4 days more custody but has got 2 days more custody, and the ED this morning has also, a team has also gone out to conduct raids in certain locations, and we know from the last 3 days raids are going on. Day before yesterday, ED has raided around 7 locations in Kolkata, and yesterday also a team went outside Kolkata to continue raids, and therefore the ED has argued in court yesterday also that every day something or the other, some important documents, some thing or the other has been recovered by them in relation with this case, and therefore they're trying to get to know that which are the details that are awaited, where else are there, do they have property.